Hey everybody, Kelly Engineering here and welcome to episode 21 of Project Ozone 3, Take 2. So I just recorded about 5 hours worth of footage. It is 2:42 in the morning right now on Friday. And yeah, I went through the entirety of the Twilight Forest. Completed everything, managed to find a questing ram, got that all done. And yeah, I had an entire episode. But turns out none of the audio was there. OBS decided that it wanted to set my default microphone to a microphone that didn't exist. And I don't know what caused that. I think it was an OBS update. Regardless, this is take 2 of this episode. And since I can't do Twilight Forest this time, I am going to do Industrial Foregoing. What I had done during take 1, I made this Ender Spectre charger, which just basically means that anything that enters my inventory that takes RF will immediately get filled the second it enters my inventory. So, for instance, this basic capacitor bank has nothing in it. Now that it's in my inventory, the Spectre charger is just charging it up. And I had that mainly for the use of the jetpack in the Twilight Forest, but it is a bauble. You can put it right here in the belt slot and it will continue to do its job. But yeah, it's super simple to make, super handy, and yeah, I love it. I also made this portal to the void, and this is where the bulk of my mystical agriculture is going to go, because I'm in windowed mode for recording purposes so that people can actually see what I'm doing. And when I'm in windowed mode, I don't know how it looks fine to you on the recording, but whenever I'm actually playing, there's quite a bit of clipping, quite a bit of it's jagged, and it's even worse so when I'm by my mystical agriculture stuff. So while I'm recording, it's just easier to have all that stuff in the void, and that's where I'm going to put it. That's going to be my weekend project. But without further ado, let's get into Industrial Foregoing. The first thing that the quests want us to make is the resin extractor. I don't really think that we're going to be using the tree fluid extractor, rather. Oh yeah, the tree fluid extractor is super easy to make. All I have to do is make a furnace and an iron gear. Boom. Done. So I laid down the tree fluid extractor, and it's actually taking the latex from this jungle wood, and it's pushing it into this fluid tank. It has been a while since I've messed with Industrial Foregoing, and quite frankly, I use Mine Factory Reloaded more often than not. So, this may work very, very similar. We'll see. But I'm going to wait and see whether or not, if this block breaks, whether or not it will start taking from the other ones up. It looks like that is exactly what happened. So it is not taking any more resin from this jungle wood. May as well just chop it down. Oh, I need to repair this axe. I forgot it broke in the twilight. Alright, so I've just placed a piece of jungle wood. It's making the latex, and it's going into this fluid tank. The next item is the latex processing tank. And with that, is any going in? So I am going to push the resin in here, and the resin's going in just fine. I'm also going to have to put some water in as well, which, whatever, is no issue. And, yeah, stored energy, stored fluid. Excellent. Cool. So I have tiny dry rubber. Oh, this infinite water source from Overloaded that I was using, like from episode 2, is putting the water in here just perfectly fine. It's using up the latex, making me tiny dry rubber. So now that I have the tiny dry rubber, all I have to do is put it in a crafting grid in a 9x9, or correction, a 3x3, and it will make dry rubber. Dry rubber, you put it into a smelter, any sort of smelter, it'll make plastic for you. And I'm going to do that right now. Whatever. Oh, yeah, I forgot I upgraded this, didn't I? So this was an in-between episode thing. I replaced all of my fuel upgrades with electric upgrades. So now it will use forge energy instead of solid fuel. Attach you, and bam. Look at that. and it'll still double all my outputs. No worries about that. But yeah, I don't have to worry about wasting charcoal anymore. Using the 4 plastic I made earlier, I made this block placer, also from Industrial Foregoing. In order to place the block you want it to, you have to be facing the direction you want the block to be placed. It's a little difficult to explain, but whatever. And it also does require power. So, where is that block placer? Right here. So if I want the oak wood to be placed right here, in order to do that, I need to be facing that direction. So I place this down, I have this key shape facing towards me, and you know that it's the proper direction. Throw your wood or whatever into it, and whenever it sees that there's a blank space right there, it'll just place a new piece. I also took another one of my energy cells, and it's pushing via enhanced energy conduits into each of the machines and then replenishing itself with the spectre coil. No problem. And the resin is pushing from the fluid extractor into the latex processing unit. I may, just to clean it up, there is an ender fluid conduit. And yeah, it allows multiple fluids to be transported on the same line, and I'm gonna upgrade to that probably in between episodes. While I'm waiting for my rubber to stockpile up, I am going to start making Cubit clusters. I'll put that lever away, don't need that. Awesome. So I'm going to start making Cubit clusters. Why did a Cubit not show up? That is weird. Oh, QUI. Got it. Anyway, I'm going to make these Cubit clusters, which require the ender crystals, and everything else is easy to get. Ender crystals I have plenty from when my mob farm is running. So yeah, I'll make a couple of those. Cubit cluster level 1, gold casings, and bim bam. Got Cubit cluster at level 1. I am here in this brightly lit place. This is the Spectre dimension. And yeah, getting here was absolutely no problem. I've already extended it up quite a ways. But I'm here to make hyper diamonds. So I am going to deactivate my coin of fortune and throw this graphite dust on the ground. And start an explosion. Well, there they are. Alright, got 15 hyper diamonds. Booyah. With these hyper diamonds, I am going to make something called a 0-point extractor. But first, I gotta make these advanced cards. Oh. Oh. Alright, cool. Just need to make the Cubit cluster level. The last thing I'm going to need to make is some dark stone, which is no issue, to make this amplification crystal. And then, really? Here we are, Cubit level 2. Gonna let the quest update before I make the 0-point. Cool. So now let's make this 0-point energy extractor. No idea what it does. It's supposed to generate energy from the void, and it's stronger the closer it is to like Y level 0, but still only 150 forge energy? Huh. So it looks like the 0-point extractor gains about 67 micro-infinites, however much forge energy that is. But, wow, that's rather slow going, actually. Probably have to make multiple of them in order for it to be worth it. But whatever, it was a fun experiment. I'm going to make, this is way too slow for me. I'm going to make more tree fluid extractors and more block placers. And yeah, probably 8 wide in order to, I need to speed this up. Something fierce. So the next 3 things that it wants us to craft is the mob crusher, the rancher, right here, or yeah, the animal rancher, and then the sower. Here we are. And what am I missing? A machine frame. Awesome. So we have all three of those. And honestly, the most important one for me, especially for this weekend, is the plant sower. Oh, never mind. I need the plant harvester. So the sower is not important to me. But the rancher is pretty important. If I place it and then power it near a near an animal... Oh, that's the wrong direction. So if I put it down and then supply it with power near a cow, and then supply it with, I believe, some buckets as well. So, put in that power. Fluid. Liquid magma. Awesome. So, it just took it, and all I need to do is get a way to pump it out, and I can do that with almost every single one of my cows. The plant sower is a little bit different, because if you look at its working area, it's one block above. So yeah, that's kind of weird. But all you need to do for that is actually... Whoop, I'm going to place that right there. Pardon the lag. And boom, power it up. And I'm going to fill it with some seeds. And put a piece of dirt right back on top of it. And there, it planted it. And of course it's not going to go anywhere because there's no water around or anything like that. But yeah, that's how the plant sower works. And finally, we have the mob crusher. And bam, you see that? Give it some charge time and yeah, it'll kill an animal in front of it and collect its drops. Beauty. And I believe range upgrades can go. Yeah, range upgrades can go in this. So actually, range upgrades can go in all three of the machines I just showed. But that's how those work, and let's move on. The next one is probably the most fun, and that's the mob duplicator. In order to use that, though, I need to use a mob imprisonment tool. Which is easy enough since I have the plastic for it now. And let's take magma. So I'm going to put down the mob duplicator, going to power it up. Where's my spectrocoil? And I'm going to throw my mob imprisonment tool in. So I can choose to make... Oh, hang on, let's... So I can choose to make an exact copy and make unlimited magma cows, or I can disable exact copy and it'll ignore the NBT data of this fluid cow. Oh, I also need to provide it with essence. I forgot about that. In order to make the essence I need, I believe the easiest way is to make, what is it, the fluid conversion? Yeah, fluid dictionary converter. So, make another machine frame. Oh man, what am I missing? An iron gear, of course I am. I really should have put those in the... I should make patterns for those and throw them in the auto crafting. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this down. Fluid empty, fluid empty. So what I have here is my quantum tank that has the... Awesome. So now that it has my liquid XP... Oh, whoops. So liquid XP bucket, and I want it to become... No, not essence of knowledge. That's definitely not it. Oh man, I messed up. So I should have configured this before I put the liquid XP in, but that's fine. Here we go, that's what I wanted. So I have the liquid XP going in here, it is converting it to essence, and essence is going right into the quantum tank. Speedy as can be because of all of the liquid XP I just have. But I am going to supply the rancher, not the rancher, but the mob duplicator. Oh, he's still giving me magma. There we go. So, it's a little counterintuitive. So, enable exact copy is what needs to be displayed because it's showing that it's the selection you can make. So yeah, look at that. I got frozen water. But I already have a frozen water. Liquid glowstone. Do I have liquid glowstone? I do. Okay, I have glowstone. So it's just going to be a matter of letting all of these things spawn in and try to get one of every type. Now I have more than enough essence to do it. Crude oil I have. But yeah, this is This is going to be my life one of these days. Just going through all of the cows that exist. But I'm done with this for now. But that is how the mob duplicator works, and the mob imprisonment tool is actually a superior, much superior to the morbs. And now that I have plenty of, how much do I have? Oh yeah, I have plenty of rubber now. That's probably the route I'm going to take. Replace all of my cows in there in the morbs in mob imprisonment tools, and yeah, be all good. The next thing we're going to make is the wither builder. And dang it all. So the wither builder is actually kind of dangerous, and I think I'm going to go to the... yeah, if I'm going to showcase this, I'm heading to the nether. The wither builder is kind of weird. So once again, just like the sower, if I show the working area, let's go back up here. This is where the wither is going to spawn. Anyway, this machine is potentially very dangerous. Where are the skulls? Where are the skulls? Dang it. This block is potentially very dangerous, and you can see that I haven't... let me make sure everything's good. Awesome. So, I haven't supplied power to it because the second I apply power to it, that wither just spawned. Ugh. So luckily I have the Draconic Evolution mob masher doing its thing. But that's all well and good. And you can see that the explosion was pretty gnarly. I need to expand out this platform a little bit more. Oh, better yet, never mind. I just placed it in the Spectre dimension. And let's provide the... Awesome. I'm going to finish out this block so that everything doesn't go everywhere. But I think this is going to be our best solution. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And these blocks are, these Spectre blocks are completely indestructible to everything except for somebody in creative. So yeah, that's I think that's how I'm going to do things from now on in the Spectre dimension regarding the wither. Next up, the plant gatherer, and oh boy, I need to make some axes. And a hoe. I should have gold gears. I probably don't have a machine frame. Here we go. The plant gatherer. And I should probably grab my spectre coil again. So I placed the plant gatherer right by my inferium essence. Gonna supply it with some power. And yeah, look at that. It's actually harvesting right in front of it. I'm gonna have to make some range upgrades for it so it can actually get into this area, because right now it's just the one block in front of it. And whatever, that's perfectly fine. But it's collecting the inferium essence. That's exactly what I want. But that is how the... Oh, and it's also creating sludge as a byproduct, so I'm going to have to be able to pump that out as well. What is sludge used for? Well, apparently the sludge refiner is used in Industrial Foregoing to make me a bunch of useful things. Huh. Oh, and it's a random... It appears to be a random chance as well, so... You know what? Let's go make that, figure out what it does. Alright, so gonna grab a couple buckets of sludge. There we go, one. And I really like how the plant gatherer doesn't break the AgriCraft crop stick, so I'm actually like getting 10, 10, 10. Whoop. So I'm actually getting 10, 10, 10 gains from this, and I love it. But I've placed down the sludge boiler right here. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to throw some sludge inside, and then power it. Yeah, so it's just a small chance taking one bucket, and it'll give me a chance to get some sort of mundane material. It works for its job, and when I'm in the void over the weekend, I'll definitely make a good use of that. The last thing we're going to create for this episode for Industrial Foregoing is the Mob Slaughter Factory. I have no idea what the difference between the Mob Crusher and the Mob Slaughter Factory is, but let's find out. Place it down. Oh, okay. So the mob slaughter factory will give me meat. Cool. And apparently pink slime as well. There we go. And once again, it has no range because I have no range upgrades in here. But it looks like it gave me 32 millibuckets of pink slime and 20 millibuckets of liquid meat. It looks like I take that liquid meat and I can turn it, combine it with one ore to get raw ore meat. That seems kind of silly. So, one piece of gold ore, 200 millibuckets of liquid meat gives me 150 millibuckets of raw ore meat gold ore. Oh, okay, and 1 millibucket of raw ore meat can be fermented into 2 millibuckets of fermented ore meat. And then 100, yeah, that doesn't make sense. That's a bad conversion rate just to get one pulverized gold. Huh. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what the purpose of liquid meat is going to be for us, because whatever, it doesn't seem like anything special. I have moved the resin setup into the main factory building and set it up so that I am just constantly pumping as much wood as I possibly can into these block placers by using wood essence. So, oh yeah, beautiful. But yeah, the setup is much the same as it was before. I have the water. Whoa. Let's disable you. Oh, that didn't screw anything over, did it? Good. All right. So because these are pressurized fluid conduits, if they had ever, if latex had ever not been inside this conduit, then water would have filled in instead, and yeah, it would have been a bad time. I would have had to reset it. So I'm glad that I caught that mistake. But yeah, this is my resin setup, and I think I'm going to end the episode here. I know it was a short one, but as I said, I recorded for 5 hours earlier. Pardon me. All useless footage because reset microphone settings again. And yeah, so I'm going to end the episode here. In between episodes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the void and craft every single essence seed that I have ever made. So if I have made, I have never made aluminum brass. Whoops. So I've never made aluminum brass, which means I'm not going to make this seed, but I have made aluminum, so I'm going to make the aluminum seed. Stuff like that. I'm also going to make a little barn area, probably on this side. I'm also going to put a little barn area right here, and all of the mine factory, wow, industrial foregoing stuff that deals with animal husbandry is going to go inside that little barn area. So now that we have the industrial foregoing machines, it'll be no issue to get that done. And the final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a robust wither spawning platform and kill zone item collection, all that good stuff. I'm going to make that in the Spectre dimension. And all of the items that I create in all 3 locations are going to go along this wall. I'm going to do like I did here, make a bunch of storage drawers using my my drawer table right here, my framing table. And yeah, it's all going to actually be embedded into the wall, since this wall is too thick. Oh, I guess it's not. I'm going to have to make it 3 thick, aren't I? Nah, we'll deal with that when we get to it. But with that, I am Kelly Engineering. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.